Mate, can you tell me a little bit first of all about how the Bandits pre-season is rolling out? Sort of where you guys are going to play, how the fan base is looking to start off with.
Mate, 1,000 questions, and I got a few good answers for you. Mate, look, how we start off is fantastic. We were fortunate enough to actually kick off, and obviously with all the teams launching on Thursday, we also used the Echo as a catapult. And mate, the reception has been fantastic. I mean, people have come in and complimented on the new look of the way we've rebranded, and then the fact that they've just missed the sport, and then they can't wait to re-engage with the club.
Okay.
Venue-wise is a good question. We're in strong negotiation with a few different people. Obviously, our first choice we're dealing with is actually to be back at the RNA Showground, but we also have fallback positions, whether it be Windsor and Newmarket. And it might really, those are our two primary options, but obviously RNA would be our preference if all goes well. Okay.
I understand that the new incarnation of the ABL is only really sharing the name with the former competition. Is it a case of building on the old legacy of the Bandits or starting afresh with a clean slate?
Look, I think it's a bit of both. I mean, there's a lot of leverage there because obviously there was never any negative, I guess, view of the old Bandits. It was just a matter of just the way that the business side had to wind down. But look, I guess through the support of Major League Baseball and the Australian Baseball Federation, what we want to do is reconnect as a family-friendly, sport and re-engage with the youth that have missed out for baseball at a senior level for the last 10+ years.
How does it feel for you personally, being playing for the Bandits for 6 years, a few years ago? How does it feel for you personally, resurrecting the team in a sense?
Mate, it's an honor. I'll be honest with you. To go from one aspect of being a player, and you think that it's never going to end, and now to carry on the next generation and help guide the youth of, I guess, the future Bandits and also future major leaguers to the next level is great. I mean, for me, mostly, I guess I've embraced it because I'm a product of the Australian Baseball League. It allowed me to compete for Queensland, compete for the Bandits, compete for Australia, and also be on that silver medal winning team in Athens. So for me, it's an honor and a privilege.
Is there just back to what you were saying before about the Bandits not sort of having a negative. No one having a negative opinion of the Bandits, and it was just the way the business sort of went. Is there a lingering worry among the ball clubs or the league as a whole that the new league might suffer the same fate as the original ABL?
Not at all. I mean, when you've got the two names, I mean, you've got basically Major League Baseball and the Australian Baseball Federation, that model backing you. It's a business model for success. I mean, we're looking at the development of the next generation of Major League players. So hopefully we put another David Nielsen, Graham Lloyd, Grant Balfour, Peter Moreland back on the big stage. And not only that, but just the global exposure that we're creating for some of these athletes getting a chance to play in countries like Japan, Taiwan, representing Australia at the WBC. It's just been an absolute, send-off for the sport. And we're that leverage tool to help that development so we continue to have success.
Okay. What's the level of involvement that Major League Baseball has with the ABL?
Look, they're heavily involved. I mean, our CEO is out of the New York office from Major League Baseball. So, I mean, they've actually brought a resource team in from New York to support us along in conjunction with the Australian Baseball Federation. And I know the two parties are working closely together and unifying to make sure that we've got the backing that we need at the state levels to be successful.
Okay. As far as player-based rosters are concerned, where will the Bandits be feeding from? The original, the Claxon Shield Queensland Rams, or will it be sort of starting from scratch?
No, look, it's a bit of both. I mean, we were fortunate enough to have a very strong core base of Claxon Shield players last year that represent minor league clubs, whether it be the Cleveland Indians, the Philadelphia Phillies, or that be same. What we'll do is we'll look at all the players that are available and then look at their skill sets. Like I said, the primary focus is to develop those skill sets for these kids to be successful. And where we fall short, they're in negotiations now with either clubs out of Japan, Korea, or potentially the U.S. to fill those gaps with imports.
How do you see the level of competition stacking up to maybe the minor leagues in the States? I know that the NBL, the National Basketball League, sort of has is a bit of a jump to the NBA, but obviously there's a lot more sort of development between the majors and the minors in baseball. How do you see the talent stacking up between here and the States?
Look, I think from a level perspective, if you looked at it grades like you compare in the U.S., we'd like to put at least a AA or AAA product on certain days on the field. I mean, I guess the real focus for for the league is to take those kids that are in AA and get them into AAA, and those kids that are in AAA to get them to the big leagues, and keep them in jobs overseas, and just through their reinforcing the development they're already getting through their minor league clubs in the U.S.
Is there a sense of worry that that could also, eventually weaken the talent pool here as the players sort of develop and move to the international markets, leaving the Australian comp?
Look, it doesn't, because the fact that the two seasons offset each other. Right now, our players are overseas in the U.S. in their current summer, and then they come and they leave in the winter back to Australian summer. So the two leagues will actually feed very well off each other, and hence why we're a recipe for success. If we, by establishing the league again for other countries in Major League to come on board.
Gotcha. Just lastly, I wonder, can you foresee? I mean, I'm not familiar with the stats of sort of junior baseball in Brisbane and in Australia at large, but can you foresee a sort of a boost in interest now that there's a truly sort of largely recognised national competition again?
Without a doubt. I mean, I know in Brisbane, we strategically aligned ourselves with Baseball Queensland. We're trying to get back even to the grassroots and reconnect with those kids down at the lower levels. Just recently, the under-18s just came back from Canada with the silver medal in the Worlds, and once again they beat the powerhouse Cuba to get to that gold medal round. So look, I think it's going to be is a huge leverage for these kids to aspire to either play for the ABL or potentially